I am being absolutely tremendously lucky at the moment. 2 weekends in a row and beautiful sunshine. You know, you can't beat Kent in the middle of or at the beginning of autumn. It's such a wonderful experience. Loving it. So I'm here for a little shakedown. Oh, this is nice. This is lovely. It's fast, flowy, yum. And this is where I already know that some of the changes I have made on this Trek Fuel EX have worked. This is a 2014 model which we've had in the family for a few years now. Well, we bought it new actually, so there you go, 5 years. It was not necessary purchase for me, but just like any proper mountain biker, when you have a partner that you love very much, you would like to share those experiences with her, and I think we've all been guilty to try to turn our partners into a mountain biker at some point, and yeah, guilty as charged. So she never caught the mountain biking bug like I did. That never happened. And as a result, that mountain bike we bought for her is, well, it's a little bit overkill. So, what have I done to this mountain bike? Well, the idea was to upgrade some of its components on a budget and really concentrate on what makes a difference. So it starts with a pretty good base because this is a Trail Fuel EX. The idea was to upgrade some of the key components, but on a budget. I didn't want to spend a fortune on upgrading it, and I just wanted to really concentrate on what was important. So the first thing I've done is, well, I grabbed the tires. The original tires, which I think were Boat Ranger XR3, were not terrible tires, but they were 5 years old. The rubber was all dried out, and I took the opportunity to swap them for my favorite brand, Maxxis. I bought the Highroller 2, which I put at the front, and the SS Minion at the back. What else did I do? Concentrated on other contact points. The pedals. For some reasons, the pedals we had initially on this bike were really not good. My wife was quite happy with them. I swapped them with a pair of Shimano Saint, and what I've done is raise the needles a little bit on those pedals to provide more grips. It's not my favorite setup, far from it, but as I said, I was on a budget, so those pedals happened to be lying around. I remember I had them with a big discount on wiggle.com, and that will do. And actually, I can already tell that it's providing much needed sure-footed grip now. Another upgrade which I have done is really concentrate around the cockpit really. So I swapped the stem, which was much longer. I went with a Nukeproof to replace the stem. Those were actually really cheap, and a much shorter stem as well. So that gives me a lot more direct control over the handlebar. One of the drawbacks, if I'm being honest, is this bike is already a little bit too small for me in terms of frame. So it's not really helping with the room I have to move around the bike. But after doing a shakedown for a few kilometers in the woods already, I think I quite like it. It feels a lot more direct. So the shorter stem, that's a tick, and also it means that I can be a little bit more up straight when I ride the bike, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So one of the other components that has really evolved over the past 5 years is the width of your handlebar. And this bike came with a 700mm handlebar. I decided to upgrade it to a more current 780mm, still Nukeproof, but actually combined with the shorter stem, I can really feel the difference today. Gives me a lot more control over the ride of the bike, and feels a lot more poppy actually at that back. Didn't realize it makes such a huge difference, but hey, it does. To complement the handlebar, I've also bought some brand new lock-on grips. So I bought those Ergon, I think they are GE1 Evo, which all the magazines seems to be raving about, but you gotta be honest, the jury is still a little bit out on those ones. I usually use ODI grips. I still think I have a much greater feel with the ODI than those ones. You did say on the various articles I've read that it takes a little while and a bit of a fiddle to really get them sorted, so maybe I haven't managed to do that properly yet, but yeah, so far not so sure about that. One thing that I haven't yet talked about, but that really transforms the bike, is the dropper seat post I've installed. So to be fair, a dropper seat post is hardly a bargain upgrade, but this one was laying around in the garage. It was previously installed on a previous build, an old mountain bike that I sold, and I mean, you guys all know how a seat post completely transforms your ride, your ability to go from having a fully extended post when you're on the flat or climbing, and having that freedom of movement when you're going down. So what I need to do is bring it to the shop to be serviced. Don't know how to do that myself. So yeah. Other minor upgrade will be the mudguard at the front from RRP. I love those things. You know, I've never really managed to find anything that really worked on a mountain bike and that didn't look terrible as well, by the way. But those little RRP mudguards, they're very affordable, very easy to mount on any bikes. I think they look cool as well, if I'm being honest. And they work. There is a mountain biking club here in the forest of Bedgebury that builds those trails. They do a really cool job, I must say. Look at that. I like this bit. See, I can really feel the enhanced level of control I have on the bike since I've made those upgrades. Almost feels like a new bike, to be honest. Very good. This is my favorite bit. Now this is new. This is good.
So you might wonder, what's the final verdict then? Well, I spent just over £120 on these parts, and to me it really feels like money well spent. The bike feels a lot more lively, it's a lot more fun, and it has a lot of pop now. To me, it really goes to show that if you carefully select your parts, even if you're on a budget, then you can really seriously improve your rig. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Love it if you would consider subscribing, and see you next time.